the 1980s. The music, the fashion, the hair. Oh, the hair. Hi everyone and welcome to Free Range Diva. Today I am going to be recreating my signature everyday 1980s makeup look. Can we bring the best of 1980s style into the 2020s? Yes, absolutely yes. So keep watching. So before we get started, I'm going to turn this hair that's frizzing as I speak into my classic signature 1980s hairstyle. Be right back. This is it. This is the single French braid. Let me show you from the back. And I wore this a lot. This, I would pin it underneath. You know, right back here, I would put a pin in it so that the braid would curl up and be off my neck so that it would be cool. And I love this hairstyle. I still love it today. And when you look at old television shows from the 80s, you're going to see this a lot. I guess people needed to tame that perm. So a few of the 1980s trends would be for lips, big, puffy, heavily lip gloss coated lips. Lip gloss was everything back then. It was sticky, it was thick, and we wore it. Hair, big perms, just big teasing sprays. It's just a lot. There was just as much volume in the hair as you could possibly get, as much curl as you could possibly get. Fashion was all about volume and shoulders. So yes, you remember those Dynasty big shoulder pads. That was very popular back then. And again, it's the idea of big, everything big, even in fashion. Some historians consider the 1980s to be the decade of excess, and the trends that we just talked about kind of confirm that. It was big, overblown. Yeah, big personalities, big clothing, big hair, really big hair. So let's come in a little closer and I'm going to go through quick skin prep and then the makeup look. Here we go. Okay, I brought along a 1980s style sponge roller for the occasion to keep the hair out of the way. And I have a little fan going because it's pretty warm in here today. Hopefully it won't be too distracting. I don't think it's that loud, but just in case, that's what it is. Okay, so in my 20s and 30s, I had really good skin. It was very even, well hydrated, very plumpy. My skincare at the time was, I used the Neutrogena glycerin type facial soap cleansing bar and Neutrogena's moisturizer with an SPF 15. That was it. I had very sensitive skin, and most of the sort of treatment products that you could put on your skin, actives, irritated. So I did my exfoliation with a washcloth, and that was it. So today I used a couple of products to try and recreate that sort of bouncy, fresh look. And I used, from Astorwood, I used the Argireline serum after my cleanser and toner. And the toner I used was from Biossance. It's their squalene toner, which is also very hydrating. And so I put this on, this serum, and then I followed that serum with this serum from Herbivore, their Bakuchiol serum. The Astorwood uses hyaluronic acid, a lot of it. And this Bakuchiol uses something called tremella mushroom complex, which is just as hydrating and plumping as hyaluronic acid. So both of these serums feel really wonderful going on the skin and leave your skin feeling much more, you know, plumped. Then I followed up with my moisturizer, the probiotic gel moisturizer from Biossance, and I did my skincare a little while ago, so I'm just going to refresh a little bit by adding a little more of this first, just so you can kind of see what that looks like. It's been a few hours, so I'm just going to put this around the front of the face. Don't need a lot. and then follow that up with a little more of that Biossance moisturizer. This just feels like a fresh drink of water going into the skin. And it leaves you with that beautiful Biossance glow. For foundation, I did not use foundation back then. Not only did I really not need it because my skin was very even toned, but I had issues trying to find the right color match. The base was always pink or beige, and neither of those looked any remotely anything like natural on my skin tone. Also, I didn't like, back then the formulations were pretty heavy and I didn't like that feel on my face. So I pretty much skipped foundation. We're not going to do that today, however, because now I need it. So, oh God, I just made a mess. So the first thing I'm going to do here is clean up the mess I just made. All right, I had to clean up a little bit. All right, the first thing I'm grabbing is this Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation, because it is a serum foundation. It makes your skin look like skin. And I'm going to put some on my fingers and use my fingers to apply it. The warmth of your fingers really helps to kind of bond the foundation with your skin. And it keeps a lot of that glow from the Biossance moisturizer. The finish on this is satin matte, by the way, and so you can kind of see that has toned down the glow a little bit, but you've still got kind of a healthy shine, you know, a healthy look to the skin. Medium coverage, it's not going to cover up everything, so I'm going to go back in, even though back in the day I did not use foundation or concealer. We're going to use concealer today because you know, dark circles. I didn't have dark circles back then. I must have gotten a lot more sleep, either that or I just had good genes. But let it cover up these dark circles a little bit, and discoloration here and discoloration there. Okay, and then I'm going to use a concealer brush just to blend that in. And then finish with my fingers for the final blend. There you go. Okay, I took a minute to clean up and put my eyebrows on, because back in the day I didn't do anything to my eyebrows. They were thick and bushy, and I basically just kind of trimmed, you know, like plucked a little bit of space out here, and that was it. Let's move on to eyes. And at that time, I would usually grab a brown eyeshadow and use it to define a crease, because my eyelids were very heavy lidded and I didn't have a crease. Now, I took care of that on my 40th birthday. I had a eye lift, and so I have a crease now, and so I don't really need to do that. What I am going to do, though, is grab just kind of an eyeshadow to just kind of help define the area a little bit. So I'm going to use this shade right here in the middle in the Jane Iredale Everyday Shadow Kit. It's called Cappuccino, and it's just a sort of a light wash of a mocha shade that just helps the eyes, you know, just give them a little bit of definition in that area. I'm using a very fluffy brush for this. And so you can see it's just a soft wash of color. And that's all I'm going to do, other than take my little pinky and dot this creamy shade right here on the brow bone. I did not wear eyeliner either because, again, heavy lidded would just, not only would it just cover up the eyeliner, it would then make it smudge and all that. So didn't wear eyeliner, but my signature thing to do was I would line the waterline with a nice dark black liner. So we're going to do that today. This is one of those things that I really wish that I could do more now, that I could get away with, but you know. Sorry if that looks weird, but I would go all upper and lower lid all the way in. With that liner. And I know that doing that is supposed to make your eyes look smaller, but somehow on me, it just doesn't. It didn't. And then I did not wear mascara back then either because I had like nice fluffy lashes, which they're still pretty good, but I do want to enhance them a little bit. So I'm going to use, this is from the Benefit Roller Lash. This just gives you a very natural looking lash with just a little bit your lash, but better, lot better. It's primarily lengthening. And the comb on the mascara helps to really separate the lashes out. There, you can get a better look. I think in this light you can get a better look at the lashes. And this was it. This was pretty much me. Next is cheeks, and this should be fun. What I would do is I would tend to use a sort of a bricky red, but more into the red side, blush on my entire cheek area and a little bit on the bridge of the nose. Now, at my age, at our age, it's like a no-no to put too much blush on, at least in too wide an area. You want to keep the blush out this way. The idea is it helps to raise up the face. But you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try doing it exactly the way that I used to do it, because if it doesn't work out, I can always, remove some. But we're going to go with a mixture of two red blushes that I have here. This one is from Era Perez, and this one is from RMS. As you can see, I think if I mix those together, this is close to what I'm going for, but it needs a little bit more pink to it. And this has a wee bit of pink in an undertone. So let's just see what happens when I mix the two. Ooh, maybe I should do it on a brush. Nah, I used my fingers back then. I'm going to do it now. All right, starting with this. This is the RMS one. I'm putting on quite a bit. And then we're going to add a little bit of the Era Perez on top. Ooh, that's really potent. That's a lot of color. Hold on. Add a little bit more than what we wanted. You know what? I think I'm going to go with, there's a bit of pink. There's a pink blush in the in this RMS palette, this one here. I think I'm going to use that one to mix in. All right, yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Once I read that for instant health, blush is your best friend. So that was what I always wanted to look like even back then, was just really healthy. So I can tell you that in real life it is not as red as it's coming across on camera. Let's see if we can just calm it down a little bit. Let me grab a brush. Okay, I just grabbed this blush brush. Wow, that's really bright. In natural light, this looks really good. On camera, oh my God. Let me make an adjustment here. Hold on. All right, so I worked on it a little bit, so hopefully it looks closer to what it looks like in real life. I added a little bit of color to the bridge of the nose. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so it's looking better on camera and closer to what it looks like in life, so that's good. I want it to look good on camera too, because I want you guys to really get a good representation of what's going on here. Okay, I'm trying putting on a little bit of translucent powder to see if that softens it up a little bit. Yeah, we're getting there. I think we're going to leave it there for now, but just know that what I'm seeing in the mirror is really just a little flush. Just a little flush. It's not as intense as what you guys are seeing out there. It's getting there. Okay. For lips, typically I would wear kind of a orangey red lipstick, not too bright or flashy or anything like that. Just a kind of a natural lip that would go well with what you're seeing so far. I have two lipsticks here from a company called Color the World. This one is called Southern Red, very bright red. And this one is called Heartfelt. And this is a softer red with a little bit of an orangey undertone. Based on what I'm seeing, what happened here, I will probably stick with this one. I was gonna mix the two. Well, let's see. Let's just see what happens. All right, I mixed in a little bit of the Southern Red, and let's see how this looks. I think I'm gonna go mostly with the Heartfelt. And then add a little touch of the red to it. Once it's, get this on. Add a smidge of this. Oh yeah. That's pretty darn close. I'm interrupting because it's time to announce the winner of the Blublocker sunglasses giveaway. And the winner is Julie Smith. Congratulations, Julie. To claim your prize, leave a comment on this video, then email me at freerangediva@outlook.com with your address information. Thank you to everyone who entered, and now back to 1986. Okay, I got rid of the roller, and this is pretty much my look. This is it. I can't believe I did this. So if you thought, oh, we cannot leave the 80s without revisiting lip gloss, even though I didn't wear it, you know, you gotta have it. So I got this lip gloss. This is from City Beauty. It's their City Lips. Let's get this on. Okay, so it may not be the big, bold, you know, seductively wet lips of the 80s, but does have a little bit of a shine to it. All right, everybody, if you are a content creator and you happen to be watching this, I would love to see you recreate your 80s look, bring it into the 20s to see, you know, if it holds up or if it's just hopelessly gone. But most of us did not wear pink eyeshadow, you know, over our entire lid, but hey, some of us might have, and I would love to see that. So if you would like to do that for me, just for me, that would be so cool. I would love it. All right. But otherwise, if you really enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Anyone who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love it if you did, and hit the notification bell, and that way you won't miss a thing here at Free Range Diva. We do have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun in the comments. And speaking of comments, if you have a favorite anything from the 80s, now I know some of you may not have even been born back then, but if you were and you remember the 80s fondly like I do, then tell me your favorite thing. It could be a favorite musical group, a song, a particular outfit that you had, maybe a lipstick, a hairstyle, whatever, a car, whatever. Just let's go back and let's do some nostalgia and relive the 80s down in the comments. I want you to have fun. I will have fun replying, and I wish you all the best. So yeah, until I see you in my next video, I'm wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.